I think those are the games that you can pick Slark, but it's usually like a 9 or 10 pick. It's not gonna be like an early pick strong hero. I think Morphling's the hero that's like I feel like we should see eventually, because his eggs is actually kind of broken.
And a shard too.
Yeah.
Like if you get stunned on Morphling now, you can shift. The trade-off for that was increased mana cost.
Right.
On his attribute shift, which can be pretty significant because he's not really fond of buying mana items. He does buy stats, but it takes a while to get to that point. But I heard from Fog that Morphling was bugged right now.
Oh, I'm not sure.
Which may be why teams haven't picked it yet.
Possibly.
I'm not sure.
I think it's also like, even though it's a new patch, people like haven't been playing this hero. Like I don't think anyone has touched Morphling in like the past month or so.
Well,
we had some at Arlington.
Oh yes, we did. One of my favorite Morphlings, actually. So let's see if OG will bring Uraji back out of the basement for this game number 2 after we go to a break.
You love it, you wear it. What's your style? Get your merch at shop.eslgaming.com.
Spending money just as soon as I make it. Even with the drama, little mama, my favorite. She come with finesse and stutter steps, everything fresh to the death. She ain't got a flex, she just say less. Come correct her, don't come at all. That girl done it all, run it all, window to the wall. Every time she call, it's a mission. It gon' be a trip, pay attention. I ain't even mad, she different. Just like sunlight in the distance, a little out of reach, ready made for the way. Cause the life is a beach, at least it's a mutual arrangement. If I'm being honest with myself, I wouldn't change it. Every time I'm with her, it's a mini vacation. Lose track of time like daylight savings. She be in the right place, always at the right time. Looking like a dream worth chasing. My place and me in the nighttime. Trying to come through and I say, okay, okay, okay. What else I'ma say? So I can for a pretty face, okay, okay. And she always get away when I say what you have, she say what you got. I say what you need, she say what you want. I say what you on, she just say a lie. She could have the whole world on a string in a pocket. Stage dive with it in a mosh pit. Everybody watching, she don't care a gossip. She stirred the pot cause she just a little toxic. She know she the plug and the charge in the socket. I would say it's love, but it's more catastrophic. Defies logic, a little obnoxious, but
get into it. I want to find out who will end up topping Group B at the end of day number 2 of this group stage, ESL One Malaysia 2022, powered by Intel. Will Enigma Galaxy return fire after that game 1, or is OG just going to keep on trucking with all these interesting picks that are maybe throwing people off, you know? Actually, this one was just the Huskar. Overall, actually, OG I feel like has been playing very OG Dota.
I feel like they dropped so much better on second pick. Like they open like...
You can tell.
Yeah, like
Okay.
they open like... Yeah, the double defensive support with like just a strong laning core,
Mhm.
and then their last two picks are actually always super good. I feel like OG's last two picks are always so game winning.
I feel like they also really understand Chen and how to deal with Chen.
That's true. Oh, I wanted to mention Chen. I feel like we've seen so much Chen Faceless Void today.
Yeah.
And I don't feel like it has won a single game.
No.
I might be wrong.
Speaking of Chen,
Speaking of Chen.
it's time for OG to be like, all right, let's show you how it's done. Enigma take their typical hero versus Chen as well. But I
That's
do want
true.
to say that while OG excel in the second pick, I think something really cool they did was just take that co-op in the first phase and make it so that they could last pick Yuragi's hero. I think that threw Enigma off, to be completely honest, because I do think that most teams will expect to have that mid laner come out in last.
They did have to dedicate hella bans to protecting that Quap though, and it worked out because then they end up having to pivot the Nature's Prophet to mid, but they spent a lot to make sure that BZM was not heavily counterpicked.
We have a quad ban now.
Yeah.
I can say
Yeah. And instead now they need to come up with their response to Chen, which, like you said, Effie, they take OG's typical response, which is the Elder Titan, and then maybe a little bit of Liquid's response as well with the Enchantress. So already Chen seems quite a bit under control.
Yeah, to an extent, I would say, in terms of heroes that counter him on paper, but the overall game plan, it's still a little bit hard to say until we see the second phase. But the thing that NIGMA did by picking these two heroes first is they've revealed their side lane heroes, right? And OG weren't necessarily in a place where they could guarantee good side lanes for themselves, but just by seeing the two supports, it's going to be a lot easier for OG to approach the second phase. So that's the downside of wanting to take the Chen counter in the ET, but also wanting to take the comfort pick of the Enchantress that Enigma have been playing through the group stages.
I want to mention that even though they saw the ET and OG chose to ignore the Timbersaw.
Oh yeah.
I think that's kind of odd. Like, I wouldn't prioritize the Monkey King over the Timbersaw against these two heroes.
They completely bypassed ATF altogether. No Razor, no Viper, no Timbersaw. Instead, they just want to get this Chen Monkey King.
They might have something like of an idea of like how to play a game with it. Because I think when you pick Chen, like usually you have like a strategy with it, right? It's not like an OP, we just do what we want kind
Right.
of hero.
But I feel like so many OG strategies are built off of ATF's hero as well,
That's
as the
true.
+1. But they'll go in a different direction for this.
I'm just curious about this Monkey King coming out in first. While it is a good hero in disrupting something like an ET and killing it off really quickly, it does struggle a little bit on lane versus something like Enchantress. But I'm not seeing this Monkey King as a flex here for OG. I'm seeing it as a core right now, so it's definitely raising some questions.
So far in this tournament, Yuragi is the only person to have played it on OG. And NIGMA Galaxy, for all the Europeans and Americans waking up, they're like, Primal Beast! That's right, my friends, if you've read it, Primal Beast has been added to Captain's Mode as of 7.32, and Alliance actually already broke the seal on this hero. They picked it, I believe, twice. One off lane with Symmetrical and one mid with Weeha. I want to say that one of them won, but I don't remember. But yeah, welcome to Captain's Mode, Primal Beast.
So Alliance did win a game today, but it wasn't with Primal Beast. It was
okay.
with
Yeah.
Husker and Pudge
So they
versus
lost
Talon.
both their PB. So that means PB has like a 0% win rate right now.
Yeah, so honestly, I'm gonna outright say it. I am not a believer in this hero.
Okay.
I don't think it's a great hero. The numbers got kind of really dumpstered after release when the hero was super broken. They kind of put him in the trash a little bit, and yeah, they might have tweaked it now, but I do believe that this hero getting that sound effect on his Q ability,
Charge. I
on
don't
his
know what's it
charge
called.
in, yeah,
I think
that
it's Onslaught.
that's a really big nerf, because that was part of the reason why the hero was so terrifying. You felt like you could die at any point, at any stage after the laning, but now you can kind of prepare yourself to play against it.
I think OG is being naughty with his Viper pick. I don't think it's an Amar Viper at all. So they have no
Really?
reason to show the Pango and the Viper when they have the pick.
So you think support Viper?
Yeah, I think so against a Primal Beast. It
Can
does
you-
like kill the
Can
Ench
you break
too.
him from building uproar
I have
stacks?
no clue.
Okay.
I would think you can, but I think it's like even though he has uproar stacks in lane, you just hit him right
Right.
with Monkey. Monkey is one of the bear heroes against Primal Beast in lane too.
Also, Uproar got nerfed
It did, yes.
pretty significantly. So originally, like, level 1 Uproar was enough to just be fearsome on the lane, but you can just hit him a few times with Viper, have him cast it, and you can still win that trade. He does not win that trade. You only win that trade as a Primal Beast as you have some follow-up disable, and then you can just trample over the Viper. So if Viper accidentally puts himself in some melee position to you, or you level your Onslaught early, which a lot of Primal Beasts don't like to do until they get their Soul Ring, I can't see this Viper losing the harass battle in this case.
He has a monkey too in his lane, if assuming he is safe lane.
I guess this hero did get some nice changes in where you can cast your Uproar while you're channeling, so while you're casting your ulti you can get some bonus armor, but I don't really feel like it's enough. I don't know, I'm just gonna say it for the last time, I don't believe in this hero. I hope they prove me wrong, but it just doesn't feel great.
At the minimum, which role do you like him the most in?
Well, this is a core hero now. It can't be a support hero anymore because he lost the element of surprise in your ganks.
Right.
Also, he's very mana dependent, and his mana cost got nerfed after release as well.
Pair him with a Coddle then.
So you do need to play with either something like a Coddle, but this is looking like a mid Coddle.
Okay.
It's definitely a mid.
Yeah, even then, like, you need to buy a Soul Ring and you need to buy items like that can sustain you, so this is an offlane hero. And NIGMA's draft looks like you can predict where every one of these heroes is going right now, so OG's looks a little bit more flexible.
Do you agree with Adam that you think this Viper's a bit of a trap? Not an ATF Viper, but potentially a support?
I think it might be.
Okay.
But it's hard to say, honestly. It could also be a trap by luring them into thinking that it's a trap Viper.
I
so
know
then
that you know that you know that I know.
So there you go. So they were thinking, holy crap, support Viper, what do we do? But it's actually just the ATF Viper after all. You never know.
I will say though, I think NIGMA's the least reactive team in drafts. Like, I feel like they actually don't really care what you pick.
They
Like,
just
they're
want to
gonna
do what
pick,
they want to do.
They close your heroes and like kind of just pick their own heroes and their own strategies. I think that's what like always made them such a strong team.
Yeah, so now you have this, what's looking like mid Coddle versus mid Pango matchup, which in the past was a little bit interesting because Coddle used to be able to just outfarm this Pango, right? You had the small camp, then you got your BO2s, and you're just roaming all over the map, and you actually were able to outpace him. But with the lack of the small camp for Coddle, I don't even know if this is a high priority mid pick. It feels strange that they would force it into the draft.
Yeah, but I thought Pango would also suffer from no small camp.
Yeah, but Pango roams and ganks with runes a lot better than a Coddle does without network.
Okay.
Like, at least Pango can go to these side lanes and plan his Rolling Thunder. Like, Coddle needs to get his Vessel first, or his BOTs first, or whatever first item he farms, and then he starts to run around the map. He does not have the ability to rotate with runes. So, with that being said, Adam, why do you think they picked it?
I feel like they needed a big magic damage hero, and Coddle's good against Chen drafts. They have like ET Coddle against Chen, like OG can't go to this push strat thing. But I think OG's done a good job. They've realized like we can't bang the wall, and they've picked like greedy course. Like, I believe this is the Viper offlane now.
So it was the 5-layer mind game.
Yeah. If you know, you know.
If you know, you know. And now they last pick an Alchemist, and now Enigma Galaxy, I'm assuming, is looking for their 1 position.
Yeah, for sure. It's definitely a Dream of Cell hero.
He has his Lone Druid available.
Bloodseeker, yeah,
Bloodseeker,
Pango.
okay.
Against Pango, good against Viper, strong lane. And the Shard against Elk is actually pretty nice, it helps you scale.
It's also a really good scaling hero as the game goes longer and longer. We saw how effective it was with 2 BKBs today and all of the talents, so in terms of scaling they should be okay, but I'm still a little bit concerned about the use of this Primal Beast hero and how effective Coddle is going to be with his farm speed severely hindered.
Yeah, because of that small camp removal, and I have just question marks on Primal. I heard a lot of Effie's opinions on Primal Beast. Adam, you were suspiciously quiet. Where do you think that this hero is in terms of viability?
I feel like he was really broken and then he kind of just disappeared from the game.
Yes.
Yeah, like Marcy came out and like Primal Beast like, bye.
I'ma head out.
I think the hero is playable as an initiator. He has like a pretty strong early to mid game-ish timing. His lane's decent, and I think like how NIGMA drafted it right now, like he has a lot of their heroes go in together with the Primal Beast. You're gonna have the Coral Blast standing behind. You have Bloodseeker running in. I think that's the kind of draft that Primal Beast wants. So I think if there's any game for it, this looks like a pretty good draft for it.
Okay. And these teams, like we mentioned, are at the top of their group right now, so even if NIGMA Galaxy drop this game, it's worth doing some experimentation in the group stage. Let's see what I'm assuming is a mind control Primal Beast, but we'll have to verify that with our casters. It's Cap in SVG.
Is it? Is it though? Yeah, it is.
Yeah, unless they swap the
Everything's
last
normal.
second. Yeah, actually, what you expect the Mind Control to be playing.
Yeah, Mind Control, Primal
Look at that.
Beast, Sumail, Keeper of the Light, and
Normal game of Dota.
normal game with Dota. Is it a normal game with Dota if Primal Beast is in it though?
Probably not. You think MC yesterday was thinking, I'm going to play Primal Beast at this tournament?
Maybe.
Then he woke
Maybe
up
he
today,
saw it all coming in.
started sending some DMs to Crow. He's like, hey, I've been grinding this hero on one of my 8 Smurfs. Nobody knows. Let's bust it out. Crow's like, I don't know if I believe you play this hero. He had to convince him, you know.
Yeah.
They did some 1v1s in the practice room. Turns out MC's
What do
pretty
you
good.
1v1 trample each other?
Exactly. Who is the best? Probably. I'm excited to see this hero. I think there's still some unlocked potential. You know, I know everybody likes to hate on this hero. Oh, he got mega nerf. He's not the Primal Beast he used to be, but I think he's still got some decent laning potential. You can run some games over. He's really annoying, you know. He's got some good strength gain, the highest in the game now, 4.3. Tanky boy.
Yeah, he is a big tanky boy, that's for certain. Is NIGMA gonna start off just poking it at Taiga and apparently baiting Yuragi into popping the unstable concoction. See, kind of everybody's been doing this lately. It was just like a 5-stack onto the dire high ground here. This
Yeah, it
little
seems
choke
this
point.
ramp, since the ramp got changed, everybody wants to go there and check it out, right? So they all go there at the start of the game, like, oh, this is pretty cool. And then they're
it
just
is a
stuck in a
nice
5-on-5, you know?
Yeah, it's got a nice little hallway leading into the ramp.
It
you
is
know,
pretty nice.
there's some nice views.
Seen a
up
lot
there on
of
the high
ramps in
ground.
my days. It's definitely up there.
All right. Well,
Catch that
apparently
pun.
NIGMA is just gonna keep checking it out. The bounty runes are gonna spawn. They're gonna fight for it. Yuragi
Concoction? Penitence?
apparently wanting the kill, not trying to secure the bounty rune, trying to go for the kill. Instead, held on to the unstable concoction. Mind control. He'll pop that trample and rawr, scare them all away.
Did he just... Alright, never mind. I'm seeing things in my old age.
You good there?
I won't even explain that one, but...
You
okay.
confused by the old Primal Beast?
Yeah, MC giving him a little laugh out loud, but I'm curious to see if Sumail tries to play more of this like Radiant double camp stack you can do with Coddle, because he
Okay.
doesn't have the small, right? So you can stack like
Yeah.
this medium hard in the back, maybe do both at the same time, because if I read these patch notes, I wouldn't be thinking Coddle's up there, right? He got this
No.
huge ult nerf on the cooldown, he got a camp removed. I'm curious to see what kind of timing he comes out with. I think it's a huge deal for this NIGMA lineup because I think they really want him to get off to a good start here and control the pace of the game along with this MC Primal Beast. Take it to the Alchemist, take it to his side of the map with a fast Vessel if they can get it right. Vessel's amazing this game versus the Chen, the Alk. I mean, the Monkey's a support, but, you know, you'll take it. And ultimately just power Dream Missile into that late game. Like, this is a game Bloodseeker can thrive in. I mean, this hero's a great matchup versus Alchemist, I think. With the Shard, the Rupture controlling his BKB timings. He's great versus the Pango as well. So I would really look to Dream Missile to pop off this game. It's a much more of like a, you know, mid-game oriented draft than what was the Zoo strat last time.
Yeah,
So,
and it may not be like that same kind of synergy that we were looking at earlier with the Fnatic draft, but they do have some pretty decent AoE. They've got, if they hit a Stomp, right, then they're going to be able to follow up with Earth Splitter, with Coddle Blast, so there's going to be 1 or 2 heroes that could take a lot of damage if the setup is there.
I mean, they also have Pulverize Rupture combo, right?
Yeah.
Move him up the Z-axis, move him back down.
Yeah,
I think it still works like that, so anything's possible with the Primal Beast. I mean, that's the advantage of playing new heroes. People haven't played against this hero a lot. They
Yeah.
haven't played it against it at all in competitive, obviously, but just in general, you don't know the limits of this hero. You don't know how much damage he really does. You don't know what he's gonna build. I don't know what he's gonna build.
Yeah,
It
we've
can throw
seen
you off a little.
certain teams try and take advantage of that. Alliance is one of them.
I will say I doubt he's very good versus Ice Armor here, and
No.
that's probably the creep Chew loves to see the most here in this early game. Alk loves to see it. Can even potentially stack some jungle with it in the downtime between armoring him up on the lane. I mean, this goes back to the, you know, I'm getting flashbacks of No-Till Chen spam stacking with creeps in the jungle. I don't want to go there, man, but
You've had a lot of important OG losses in your time.
Yeah, I really have, man. He's probably watching, laughing right now. But there's something about this OG squad.
Yeah, he's probably cackling. Is what
really
he's doing.
There's something about this OG squad. They find these little things that they cause annoying little pressure points. You know?
Yeah.
You're thinking like, where's this guy's creep? Oh, it's stacking jungle. So now I have to think about the jungle. And then at the same time, the creep comes back, puts the frost armor on. Now MC is crying about the frost armor. These little things in competitive that make a big difference because they wear you down. It's like a mental tax, you know? It just causes your attention to be split on different things happening in the game that may not even end up being that important, but it's just there. And it's one of the things this OG brand, whoever's playing on this team, just seems to be able to do.
Now, this bottom lane cannot be fun. Kuro, I almost feel like he'd rather die at this point in time because I'm not sure how the Bloodseeker really stays in this lane if Kuro isn't an active offensive influence to keep the Viper off this Bloodseeker and keep the stacks away.
This is the Viper threat, man. There's a reason OG first phase is hero for Amar so many times.
Yeah.
Absolutely deadly laner. I mean, Bloodseeker's okay in the game. Like, Viper has break, he can slow him. In general, Bloodseeker can take the fights kiting around Viper in the mid game as long as he's killing other targets. But this lane matchup, it's just not great. Like, DreamSL he prefers to be getting powered up through some other lanes, and then maybe this lane's tackleable. It's just not happening, though, right? BZM's full HP mid, getting water runes. This Alex Ice Armor top. I mean, Mind Control's trying to trample him down, but you can only trample so much. So it's not really the best early game for DreamSL in terms of taking on this Viper, even if he could. And Amar is probably the best Viper in competitive right now. He knows how to get the lane back. He knows how to control the equilibrium and abuse it to the maximum. Or trample action.
Yeah, and that's the biggest problem with trample you're going to see right there. Just the smallest little stun or something, and all of a sudden you're no longer on the hero, and there goes all your damage.
He's got Ghost Creep, he's got Frost Armor, double slow to displace the stickiness.
Yikes.
It's a rough one.
Well, GH is doing some stacking of his own, it looks like, with the Spirit there. So that is something that Primal Beast is really good at doing. He's really good at doing these some of the stacks.
Oh, Yuragi getting a little low.
Yeah, and he does still have Q. There it is. Underestimating the damage of the Primal Beast. I mean, I feel like that was kind of straightforward, but...
Yeah, but how many times do you play versus hero, right?
Well, yeah, I mean,
heard everybody.
How many times has he been trampled in lane? I feel like he's been trampled a lot, but is GH just dead?
He's getting body blocked up, Chew putting on a clinic.
Go slow. Oh no, Chew. Let him go.
Mercy.
That was a catch and release program right
this
there
is like
because he had that man absolutely body blocked.
Yeah,
he was
see,
inside
this is
GH's
like last
soul.
game, right? Last game he showed Mercy with the totem hit,
Oh,
and then he triple Echo slammed him later. So this game, I mean, I don't know if Chen can pull off the equivalent, but you could triple body block him later. He's saving it.
This is one of the worst things about playing against Primal Beast in lane, and you just saw it right there. If you ever actually try and hit the Primal Beast, you're actually just setting him up to get the kill on you, because where his damage really comes in is off of the roar and the trample.
He's got the levels charging in.
Gonna go for it. The unstable concoction is gonna allow him to disengage. Slowed down by the ghost as well. Almost actually getting a kill on all of them. Kills both the creeps.
Another concoction coming. They're going to go for it.
He's got a decent, fair amount of armor on Mind Control, but we'll see.
He's Gucci. Got his chainmail flown in the nick of time.
Yeah, that's going to be dangerous when he does complete that phase boot. Amar is actually dead. The blast wasn't really even needed.
We haven't talked about it, but Sumail has been accelerating very fast this game. Already has the bots online. 50 CS at 6.5, so he was abusing those big camp stacks at least a little bit. And putting the first rotation to great use. BZM even TP's down here is going to find nothing.
No, I'm telling
MC.
you just, unless you think you are actually going to kill the Primal Beast, I'm telling you, don't hit him. Never hit him.
Yeah. It's looking like the right approach. MC
otherwise
is trampling him down.
Otherwise, he just pops up roar, and then, okay, now he's got twice the amount of trample damage that he did before.
Maybe Yuragi was listening to everybody trash talk this hero for so long. He's like, he can't be that good.
Yeah,
I can man
fight
him.
Garbage. He's got to fight. Ooh. Well, I thought Mind Control would probably go for that kill, but
he's got pulverized.
Yeah, I thought he was definitely
Sumail
go for it.
Too.
Not level 6. DreamSL doesn't have... Oh, hey! There's no... I think BZM, he ran through that area, which used to be kind of a cliff rock area you could bounce off of as the Pango.
Nothing there anymore.
There's the pulverize.
Bash's
Mind
head.
Control continues to just run town here with the Primal Beast and charging after Chu as well, trampling after him, but the Pango's here to save the day. BZM takes down the killing streak of Mind Control. So that is, BZM's going to be very nicely farmed now.
Almost 500 gold for him on the backside of that mid kill as well. Nice little early game. Oh, a little haste rune to top it off, you know, fill your bottle right there.
Feeling good.
Very nice sequence of events for him off the mid lane after that failed TB bottom. Pushes him right back to the top. Another kind of missed gank opportunity for Sumail as well. He still doesn't have earn charges. Yuragi game getting slowed down, 3 deaths. It's pretty much what you want to have happen for this Primal Beast lane. You want this hero to snowball off the early damage that this hero can pump out. I like how MC's playing it at least. It's got to transition into more though. Like, NIGMA needs to start transitioning into this early skirmishes. They really want to get the damage coming out later. As much as you can take the fight to them, you're probably going to be happy doing it. You don't want to get forced back by this Viper, so to say.
Found this strike and the Viper strike.
Oh, he cut the tree.
Almost enough to kill him. With the cut down on the tree, it looks like Taiga is going to die instead. GH lived through that, and Sumail does him one better. Gets a little vengeance for his support player.
Wait, how did this tree get cut? You like blinding light someone into it or something?
Yeah, I think maybe he blinding lighted a creep into the tree or something.
Right. That's one way to do it. Decent kill for him. Earn charges.
Oh, they got the rupture. But they don't have a stun.
Where's your basher, son?
Yeah, I hate to see it.
Smoke Sumail running top now. Name of the game is put the pressure on. Yuragi's on 30 HP. They have thirst.
Wait. See it again? Oh, it was! Blinding lighted the creep, and
Yeah,
the creep
that's what I
went
was
through
saying.
the tree.
That's some nice lineup.
Damn.
You don't see that every day.
Yuragi does get run down. I mean, this Alchemist is definitely not getting any space.
No.
So that's a pretty good sign for NIGMA, but BZM is very big. He's about to get even bigger with this kill on the Enchantress. Is Diffuser Blade complete for him? Looks like it's almost done. No, Viper getting caught. Mind Control finds the opening on him. He continues to be very active, and I think this is really the only way to play this hero.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think it
over.
scales super well, so you just got to be super active and just trying to run around, get these kills before Blink Daggers are up. See if
That's
you
the
can
name
get
of the
enough
game.
to get a BKB.
Just run him down. Keep the pressure on.
Yep.
Use the early tankiness. I mean, he's up to 1,600 HP with 12 armor. This is not the easiest hero to bring down for OG. This early game is pretty much going to be on the back of this Pango to try and swell the tide here. It's going to be a fast Vessel for Sumail. He's having a great game. And again, Vessel's very strong in this game.
Another rupture. Mind Control cutting through from behind.
Got his courier.
Got him, got his courier, got his wee little doggy too, and maybe even Yuragi. Well, he's at least going to be chased out of the jungle. Alive or dead, if the Alchemist isn't farming, he is unhappy. But if they can punish Mind Control, they're going to try for it. They've caught him in the wrong part of town. Sumail does what he can, but ultimately, Mind Control has stepped a bit too far.
That's where you'd rather leave the Alk alive and leave you alive, you know?
Just
zone him off, don't feed the kill. This is the one hero that Mind Control has to think about is this Viper. Like, this Viper will destroy him in the early parts of the game.
GH?
Ideally, you dodge
is
him.
he gifting another kill to OG? I feel like that same trio just killed the Primal Beast, and GH just couldn't help himself.
A little too anxious to punish this Alk, who's already having a rough game, you know? You know he doesn't have any stacks or anything. I don't think you need to overemphasize what this hero's going to do.
Oh, this deadly duo of Mind Control and Sumail have plenty of damage to at least kill a support. The blasts are going to help keep Mind Control healthy here. With further TPs in, Tamar's actually got to be a little bit careful. Blasted back. Mind Control's going to get on top of him with the extra damage thanks to the Elder Titan coming in. They get the pulverize right before BZM get the roll up, and then he gets blasted away.
That damage, man. This Coddle. Nerf him for what, man? He is blowing him by. And he is top of the net worth chart by far margin, doing his best Alchemist impression. Better one, perhaps.
Yeah, making a pretty good argument for Coddle still to be a great core mid. I mean, again, I really was not sure about it when it was picked up like that, especially relatively early on in draft. I just was like, is that going to be good?
I mean, it's really nice with the Primal Beast. You know, it gives their lineup what they want. They want this hero that comes online early and gives them a huge amount of damage to fight with MC. Low cooldowns. That's where this hero shines. This combo's been doing work for him.
Rolling Thunder trying to catch GH, but he just manages to scooch on by there. BZM still looks to chase him down. He's going to try and finish up with the swashbuckle and does manage to get it. Mind Control, he'll be able to dive himself away, but OG, apparently they're going to keep going for their own dive here into the Tier 1 tower. Samael has some blast to help out, but there's just not a lack of damage as OG. They still have this Viper ready to go. Curl on the other side. They've got also the Rupture on BZM. That is really going to hurt now that Dreamocell showing up. BZM fighting for it. Shield crash on through. That's going to keep him decently healthy as Mind Control tries to pulverize him. But BZM, thanks to the shield crash change, was taking even less damage.
That Primal Beast was tanky as hell, but so many rounds of spells getting off for OG here off the back of the sustain. Mech and Hand of God coming in that fight on for Chu, keeping his cores alive through the multiple blasts. Sumail still wants to chase here, knows he's strong. Once his Vessel charges back, Dreamocell showing up to give it to him. So at least you're securing some more momentum for this Kato, who is having a great time. Remember, all the time this is happening, your boy Grievel's Greed in the top lane going to work. Yuragi's happy to take that Midas, go to the jungle, and recapture that net worth.
Oh, they try and catch him with the Earth Splitter and the slowdown. It wasn't quite enough, but Mind Control is here to make sure that BZM stays down. 3,000 net worth lead for NIGMA as they're going to try and take the mid tower off of that small little win. And it seemed like they did kind of listen to you. Okay, we don't need to overemphasize the Alchemist. We can go and shut down other heroes.
Yeah, just fight as 4. Like, their lineup's insanely good at it. There's not a lot OG can do to win the 4-on-4 into the Coddle Primal Beast right now. The Coddle's just outranging.
Stomp into the blast. So much damage. A straight TP out from Amar because he can't run away. That's for certain.
It's hard. Like, OG wants to fight around this Pango because he's so strong. But if Dreamocell comes to the fight every time, his Rupture's just debilitating.
Big catch.
Oh, very nice. Now, see, this is the kind of out kill you want to have happen, right? Just a nice little cheeky one. Somewhere he overextends, you get it for free. Suddenly the map collapses a little bit more. Now NIGMA can go back towards mid, squeeze OG further into their triangle. Again, NIGMA's happy to take every single fight with this Coddle Primal Beast. Almost no big cooldowns they have to wait for. Anytime they can get the Bloodseeker involved, they're going to be super happy to do so because he is their big scaling mechanism in this game and dealing with the Alchemist should he come online. This game's looking like the flip script from last one.
All right, apparently Mind Control's very angry with that Ice Ogre. He didn't want to let it get away.
Maybe
Pulverized it. And, well, it did draw the attention of OG.
I think that was because of the laning phase.
Yeah, he was like, you stupid frost armor.
Piece of garbage.
Get over here.
I mean, to be honest, he didn't really do anything to it, so
no.
I feel like the Ice Ogre still won.
Kind of did, yeah.
Round 3. That's where he'll shine.
Uh-oh, Yuragi. He's going to be able to get away, and it looks like Amar. Okay, the stomp. Can they get him out by control? Oh, the heal's coming out from Kuro. They've got a blinding light as well. It looks like they're going to get him away. Kuro is going to be slowed down as the jump in from Taiga, the unstable concoction.
Tanky.
Spell after spell, but all of these heroes are so tanky. OG. They are kind of struggling with the damage, and I think it's mostly because if this Viper had a better start to this game, then Viper would just make sure all these tanky heroes, they just can't get away and they'll eventually die. But he had a little bit of, I mean, he's lowest net worth among all the cores right now.
He's 0-3.
Lowest level as well.
I mean, he's had to come to some of these engagements that try and stem the bleeding for this Alk.
Yeah.
And it's not ideally the type of flow Amar wants for this hero. He wants to dominate the lane, kick people out, to come to the fights when he wants to, not be forced to. It has set him back a little bit. On top of it, though, it's just these NIGMA heroes are hard to bring down. It's hard for Viper to engage versus Coddle. It's part of the strength of this pick. You're getting outranged. You're getting slowed. How does he get actual right clicks off, right?
Yeah.
And, I mean, we saw this Primal Beast, how much he can tank up there. 2,000 HP, getting Coddle healed, getting Enchantress healed. There's some random stomps that come out. On the flip side, you have this Chen buffing up all OG's heroes with Frost Armor and Mech. Kind of a battle of tankiness here. Neither side wants to give up too much ground. Probably going to come down to Roshan to break the stalemate, I would guess.
Mind Control is going to be rushing the BKB. I feel like this is the advantage of Primal Beast because you have your own form of initiation. You don't have to go Blink like most other melee offlaners.
Yeah, this is pretty much the build I've seen be default in this hero. Just rush the BKB, get in there, cause as much chaos as you can.
They're going to try and go for Dreamocell here. Mind Control is around. He's in town anyway, but Dreamocell's still going to die. They are going to get the trade-off. The Viper's going to die, and they will be able to catch Taiga, prevent him from TPing out. So 2-for-1 trade-off. They lose their carry. NIGMA can't be super happy about that fact, but...
No, they definitely don't want to be losing this Bloodseeker at any point. They want him to be coming in clean up the kills, if anything. So it's a nice find for OG. Buys some more space for this Alchemist to be farming up some triangle, putting the Radiance to good use.
Still, their other heroes just aren't going to scale as quite as well. So it's super important for NIGMA to be ahead right now, to continue that advantage and continue Dreamocell, as you said. Feeling good about his game and scaling up to late game. Because otherwise, OG's lineup can certainly come back. Or staff away, dodging the Rolling Thunder, trying to go
nice
for the
stomp.
clap, but he gets stomped instead.
Takes another
for staff.
Stop Sumail. Put on a clinic.
All right, back and forth, but Mind Control's going to put an end to Chuvash's nonsense. You know?
Was that the triple Echo Slam move that he showed mercy earlier? Showed no mercy here, stomping everybody.
Oh, look at this. They might catch Dreamocell again.
Depends which way he runs here.
He's going to run right into the open.
Oh, he's pre-cut the tree.
No, what?
He didn't know, though.
What a play. Yuragi's going to show up with the Unstable Concoction. They've got the BKB out on the Primal Beast. He starts laying into the Viper. Dreamocell. He's going to man-fight Taiga. If he can get the last hit on the kill, he'll survive. But no, he ticks out from Amar with a Viper. Taiga actually is keeping away from Mind Control as well, but the blast comes through from Sumail. And they've also used up BZM. He jumps away with the swashbuckle. He's got another one, 3 seconds. Mind Control's chasing after him. The blinding light pushback. It's coming up. Another swashbuckle up to the high ground. Jumps away barely in the nick of time. Yuragi's going to come back in. They have the Earth Splitter or Stomp going to come in. Doesn't hit anything. Yuragi's going to chase after it. BZM2, Rolling Thunder. Sweeps on through, catches GH. A little bit of bumper there in the heal department, but Yuragi should be able to finish it off. NIGMA can kind of poke at OG and maybe keep this tower up anyway.
BZM gets a free fight if Bloodseeker's down. Trying to make something happen with it. Yuragi, he's still going in here. His ult's out. Bloodseeker's back
now
up.
The Rupture's going to be used.
No
They have a
stuns.
stun, no stuns. Oh, no.
Decent bait, I guess, if that's what he was thinking. I mean, almost super next level there. Gets the Rupture down. It's going to stall the next move that NIGMA wants to make here on the respawn of the Bloodseeker.
That inhibit is so sad for Primal Beast. Just all of a sudden slowed down to a crawl, stops doing any trample damage. You did get the magic resistance during trample talent, which I think was a decent... I would say that trade-off is worth it for Primal Beast. It used to be, what, like 15, 12%, something like that, but now it's 20% during trample specifically.
It's a decent amount. I mean, it'll help versus Viper. I mean, can we go back to that random tree cut? What was that? He pre-cut the tree Taiga was leaping to, and then he didn't even know that was what happened.
Well,
and I don't know about that one.
Wrong replay, but it's fine. We'll get it eventually, I'm sure. As there is a sweep through the jungle right now. Dreamocell pushes out the top lane, and then the rest of NIGMA,
this is a heavy smoke
four-man smoke into the jungle to kind of meet him.
I mean, this is pre-warding for the Roche commit. I don't know why else you do this move. NIGMA really want to be able to do it here.
Yeah, there it is. He turns around, pre-cuts it, Taiga.
But I don't think he knew he got cut.
I mean, it seems like he knew that he was being chased down by, in general. Like, it seemed like Yuragi
he had no
knew
vision.
that was coming or something.
Maybe 2 next level for himself, you know?
Could be. All right, well, NIGMA, they haven't found the opening kill to actually go for Roshan, so they're all set up.
MC
and
says,
okay, maybe they found
find
it now. Chew. All the heals in the world won't stop that amount of damage.
This is the kill they're looking for to open that pit up. They really want this Aegis in this game. Put it on the Bloodseeker. Make sure that he can engage in the fight with the 2 lives.
At Chen? Is that enough?
They say it is. Come fight us.
Apparently, maybe OG agrees with them. They're not going to defend the Roshan pit. Instead, just look at it. Very efficient. They're actually cutting all 3 lanes.
Yeah, very nice.
It's like,
Team
okay.
maximizes a lot of situations.
Yeah, they really do. Do a good job with it. So yes, you get the free Roshan, but we're going to cut a wave on every single lane. Now you're going to have to spend the time doing some lane upkeep. Oh, Taiga's good. He's fine.
Also interesting to see how much damage Yuragi can maybe do with this new item. This item seems pretty good on out. This dagger. You get to cut some HP, but you instantly regen it. You have mad attack speed on the hero.
Yeah.
40 damage on the burst jump with Concoction. You can guarantee the hits. Seems pretty nice.
Mind control is just going to kind of blind fish for Taiga. It wasn't a bad guess. Oh, they found the most important kill of all. Samael, chain stun to death.
Rupture.
Now, BCM is going to be ruptured here. He's going to go for the TP out.
Or
Splitter! Oh, just in time. Well played.
Damn, quick draw from GH right there.
Yeah, it really was.
Just pre-through it. I mean, he knows anytime these guys want to get out of the fight, the TPs are coming. He can just pre-throw that ult to try and dissuade it. Very nice play from NIGMA to at least make up for this Coddle death. But like you said, this Coddle death is huge. Big streak to go their way.
Mind control's just going to go for it. He's got the armor on him. Unstable Concoction immediately stopping him. Now he can BKB, but is he going to be able to onslaught out of here? And oh, Dreamocell, well, he came into this fight. Mind control was like, nope, that's not a good one for us. And now on a second life, I'm not sure if he's going to be able to do anything. He may just die again.
No TP.
BKB, no TP out, no movement speed either. Stuck inside the trees. Oh dear, Dreamocell, what have you done? The stomp might not be able to save him either. The BKB going off from Yuragi, blinks over, catches mind control. 1 by 1, NIGMA feed away the lives and the advantage that they held on to for the first 20 minutes of the game. But now, 25 minutes, OG begins to turn the whole game around.
Absolute disaster sequence of events. I mean, I would never want to fight without Coddle in this game. I feel like Coddle is your whole team fight synergy. You know, he's bringing everything together.
That's your disables, that's your damage.
Now no Bloodseeker, no Primal Beast. OG getting the 5-on-3, forcing the
buyback from mind control. He's going to grab a Mar in time. He is. Okay, so the buyback was almost not worth it, but it looks like OG, they're not going to slow down. The onslaught, it goes through BCM just in time, but they don't have any follow-up disables. He still gets off the Rolling Thunder, and they found the Coddle again. They're going to stick on top of him. There goes all your damage. NIGMA bought back from GH as well. They need to be able to win the next part of this team fight, but I'm not sure how they could do it. Oh, the stomp comes in with the damage of the onslaught. Mind control doing so much. Yuragi, he's got another round of his ultimate. It is a low cooldown. Don't tell me that disarm. GH snags the last hit just in time. All the buybacks that came out from NIGMA ends up being worth it.
Only a double buy. You'll take those, I think, based on how that scenario was going. It's not ideal, but I mean, OG just had an amazing ward there too, right? These deep wards that Tiger got off earlier, again, maximizing that situation. Some of these things pay off down the road. OG just being able to jump the backline. Again, Yuragi finds the Coddle, the best target you can take out. Disables go down, the damage goes down. Suddenly the fight is free for all the rest of the heroes. BZM super confident to go in here because, of course, Bloodseeker was dead at the start of that, so no rupture.
He got stuck on that cliff, and then this leads into this two-man setup.
I mean, that was a beautiful charge stomp, at least, to try and, you know, solidify this fight in their favor, which it does. I have to say, MC's making this Primal Beast look pretty good.
Yeah.
I feel like he's had the highest impact in this game.
For sure. Oh, he's definitely, I think without mind control, the NIGMA would be in a very sore spot against this Alchemist, but...
That's a big fight. Like, Dreamocell gets a lot off cleaning up these fights. That's the exact type of scenario they want for him. Sure, you have to buy back some heroes, but again, the engine of this NIGMA lineup is this Bloodseeker going into the late game, and now he gets to have a Basher, right? Level 18 with a Basher. He's within striking distance as Alchemist, exactly where you want to be. Has his Shard up already, too. Titan Sliver on top of it. This Bloodseeker's coming online. I don't know if Yuragi's going to be as comfortable just going in these fights like that, and He's done an amazing job finding the targets he wants to find, which is pretty much Sumail every time, right?
Yeah.
Find this Coddle, stun him up, get the fight going. That said, at a certain point, this Bloodseeker is gonna just come online through the Primal Beast Elder Titan damage.
Taiga. Oh, Dreamacell. Was that just like a random? I mean, like when you're playing against Monkey King, I love just cutting down
this
random
guy just cuts
trees.
random trees. I'm telling you.
I think he does. I really think he does.
His back or something.
There's no reason not to, honestly. Just cut him down. It'll just make the Monkey King scared, even if you don't ever find him. He'll see you cutting down random trees, and he'll get paranoid.
The odds of hitting that
twice.
What?
He tried the Force Staff to get him closer to Mind Control,
nice
who almost caught him with the Onslaught.
Never count this NIGMA team out, man.
Yeah, I mean, there's a reason why they won a TI so long ago. Their teamwork is still top-notch.
Next Roshan going to decide a lot in this game. They might want to fight for the vision control. Still, OG has a pretty good ward in the river. Not a lot of obs up for Kuro. He has one in the mid lane. This is really the ward NIGMA wants to get a fight around. Try and catch someone from OG getting a little too greedy on this lane and get the numbers advantage, convert it into Roshan control later on. Sumail keeping the lane shoved. Does MC want to bite this? They smoke into them here.
They smoke through it.
NIGMA
Taiga,
gave up the ward, though.
They did. They backed down. It's because they don't have Dreamacell. They feel like without this Bloodseeker, they can't actually fight. Now they're going to go back into it with Taiga almost getting caught by Dreamacell. Better hop through those trees.
He's putting the Quelling back in.
Yeah, he's like, I'm going to find you. Dropping some wards for the vision, but it looks like OG may have found their initiation. It's going to be a bit of a stretch, though. BZM finally gets the Rolling Thunder onto Kuro, and he actually catches Sumail as well, which is really important. The Viper slowing him down. BZM's going to go for it, but Mind Control, he will gladly take this fight. Pulverized into the splitter. Sumail still going to be caught by the Boundless Strike. Slowed down, and Viper does manage to finish him off in the end. Up link backwards, Taiga wants to be able to slow them down, but he doesn't really have anybody following him.
Absolute destructive damage going into this Pango. Lincoln's for what? On the top side, though, that Bloodseeker got caught trying to TP to the fight, and Dreamacell goes down to Yuragi plus Taiga. That fight would have been amazing for NIGMA if that Bloodseeker got out of that engagement. Unfortunate for them, and just good heads-up play from OG. Abusing their vision to the maximum here. Again, I think NIGMA, if you're not going to take the fight on the ward like that, maybe Bloodseeker was just too far to get there, but it felt like they were waiting, and then they gave it up. They end up backing into OG's vision in the river. Hard place to fight.
Yeah.
GH has a BKB, though. Alright, that's a man's item right there for Mr. Elder Titan.
Okay.
He just wants to get in there and punch some people. I don't blame him. It's pretty much, you know, most fun you can have on this hero. He's got that seal totem too, huh?
It makes me laugh every time. Oh man, if he pulls off an ogre seal totem combo into a stomp, now that I want to see that.
You'll tip
combo.
him. You'll tip him.
I'll tip him.
Right.
I'll tip him in real life.
Yeah, give him a 20.
Just walk by. This is for you, kid. Once
OG,
again, the smoke,
looking
and
for
once
the
again,
jump.
Taiga is going to find the information first. Yuragi is going to get his opening. They get a nice two-man stun. It's already Mind Control down to half health. He has to use the Onslaught to try and skedaddle on out of there. They do. If they can get everybody else out,
Looking for the Coddle.
it's pretty decent. Coddle is going to be caught, but all the way next to his tier 3s. I don't know if OG wants to go that far, but apparently Yuragi
Two-man
does.
stun.
GH pops a BKB, barely gets out. Pulverized, laid down. Yuragi, half his health goes away as Big Strike comes through. Dreamacell starts
There's no
committing, but
attack
he's
speed.
really just not doing anything. He's slowed down. The unstable concussion's going to come through, and Dreamacell, tick, tick, tick. The Viper
6
poison.
HP.
No, he dies. They get a nice stomp inside of the base. Can Sumail
Three-man
carry
blast.
through with this one? Can Kuro carry through with this one? They've got
Disarm.
damage after damage, but they're missing out on Yuragi. They've got to be able to finish up this Alchemist, but look at Taiga. He's just
gonna finish
daring.
them.
No, they're going to blink forward and catch Sumail. He goes down. GH is left alone. All these low health heroes on OG, it doesn't matter.
Taunts for days coming out from OG's side as they dance around them in their own base. Is there a team that does it more iconically? The sustain, the heals from the Chen, the Wraith Pack going down, Frost Armor on everybody. Dream still has no chance of man fighting through this.
They're going to go for the throne.
Why not?
They're saying, all right, they don't have buybacks. We know they don't have buybacks on 2 of their heroes.
Roshan,
so 3 of
be
their
damned.
heroes,
We don't
rather.
need it. Let's just end the game right now. AC on Yuragi, Scotty on Amar. Does Nigma have the
can you
damage?
stall this out for 20 seconds?
You're going to need one hell of a seal bounce here.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to stop them.
No Sprout to stall the throne race this time. Might
5
just be
seconds
GG.
till Sumail's back up, but it is it. That's it. GG.
God damn. All right.
They just ended the game outright. One good team fight is all it takes. One bit of weakness, and OG will take it and shove it right down your throat.
What a manly sequence of events from OG, abusing those wards to the max when this Monkey King got out earlier, snowballing the game in their favor. They got the Wraith Pact on Shen. They got to their AC eventually. Lincoln's on the Pango. They just took it to Nigma's face, jumped up first, didn't give him an inch of breathing room to set up the fight in their favor. I mean, that Primal Beast looked pretty good, but it's kind of the downside of this hero. At some point, you run out of damage, your carry has to come online. This Bloodseeker just didn't get to activate himself in the fights.
No, he certainly didn't. And OG, well, they managed to bounce back after what was kind of a rough start there and get the 2-0 over NIGMA Galaxy. That is going to be a closeout of the day. Of course, we have our panel still to go, so let's take a short break and we'll be back.